few days ago, Bloxburg updated and added a whole new furniture range. And so I thought I would build a mid-century house with a mid-century furniture. Now, I'm sorry I haven't used these update items sooner. I've actually been on holiday, guys. I was in Paris for the last few days, so I couldn't make a video on the new items, but I'm back now. Here are some pics from my trip. But yes, let's build a mid-century home. So I had no idea what mid-century meant. So I looked it up and all of them are one story. So as you can see, it's basically like a tree kind of life. I was thinking I might try and copy this one. I don't know why, I really liked it. And apparently on the update log, it said we have new textures. I wonder if these will help us with the build. Yes, guys, let's color this. No, I'm joking, but they have added like rectangles and stuff. I feel like inside this is gonna look so cool. So for now, we'll just use the good old classic Bloxburg colors. And I've actually been really into having bathrooms and laundry rooms. So I feel like that's what these two bits should be. Oh my God, it's so weird having like an entryway on the side of the house, isn't it? So I guess this entryway can actually kind of couple as the living room because it's such a big space. Bedroom here and then the kitchen and dining open. The roofs are gonna be hella interesting here because these pillars, they're kind of like, oh, I didn't know you could go that high. And guys, I've never realized how nice these khaki planks are. You are my new favorite texture.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
And if I can ever find the arrow, oh, here it is. We'll resize that out and, oh, wow, this is so nice. It's so different. I haven't even looked at any of like the new decor or anything. Oh my gosh, this is gonna match so well. Why is this sofa like a limo though? Like, why is it so long? Oh my gosh. Do you know what this looks like, guys? This looks like when people do custom plants on Bloxburg. And I think that's the thing with Bloxburg. People will make building hacks of items that aren't in the game yet, and then Bloxburg eventually adds them. So if you look back at my inspiration picture, it looks like there's kind of like 3 glacier bits along here. Now, if I was basic, I'd place them like that, but I ain't basic. I am going to outline mine with some structural beams. This is the best idea I ever had. And then to give it a bit of layers, I'm going to slightly change the texture of the khaki planks. Excuse me, you're meant to be attached. There we go, I fixed that. Oh, I'm loving my mid-century windows, guys. And do you know what? Over here, it looks like they actually have a drive-through window. I'm not even joking. Doesn't it look like that? Dad, we're going to use squares. Also, guys, other exciting news other than me going to Paris. I passed my driving test the other day. Give me a round of applause in the comments. No, I'm joking, but isn't that so cool? Like, I can drive. That is crazy. This is kind of the front of my house done. We're going to add some tiling around the sides. I really want to use one of the new textures out here, but I just don't feel like it kind of matches. That just looks like cartoon. But I've had an idea. If I layer it with concrete, let's see how it looks.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Okay, we'll just put stone for now. I forgot to say, guys, the grass is back. No longer do we have to look at that plastic texture pack like I was in Minecraft again. And I don't really feel like this place needs fences. What it does need is some trees. And lots of you guys were commenting in my videos, Reese's, it's okay to use the cherry blossom trees, but pair them with other trees. So I don't know why I've never thought of this before. Like, I always just pick one tree type. And there's so many on offer. So I'm going to use a rough cypress. I'm going to use a cherry blossom. I'm even going to use a bit of organic. And I changed my mind. Silly me. I actually want some fences after all. They look real nice with the trees. And I'm somebody who cannot leave floor like this. You expect me to leave this with just this straight line? I just add like the smallest little fence ever. Now, how about using some of these plants? And that sentence didn't make any sense. How about using some new plants? We have something called a Monstera variegata plant. I like what I see. I might add a few of these down the side, even though they are. We have a spider plant. This is what I've come up with. I really like these new plants. Bloxburg knows what Bloxburgers want, and we want new plants, guys. Down the side here, I realized I've shot myself in the foot a little bit. I have not left myself anywhere near enough room. As you can see, they've got a whole dining table out here. So what I think of doing is having like more of a counter along the side. Then, yeah, the industrial stools are perfect. Because if I just check, I don't think we have any mid-century stool. Oh, elegant stool. Didn't we already have this? And do you know what? This actually looks a little bit different. Like, this looks a bit thinner. I reckon they've changed that as well. Let me know in the comments if they have. Anyway, I do personally think these chairs look the best out here. And I guess we need to put a wall lantern. I'm just gonna put this one. There's two more things I'd like to add out here. First of all, a bench. Then the final thing I wanted to add is a fireplace. Now, Bloxburg missed a trick here. They could have added that mid-century fireplace, but they didn't. Now, I'm not here to shade Bloxburg, so we're just gonna add our own one instead. All you need is a cone and a cylinder. It can't be that difficult. Famous last word. Why does that look so iconic? Let's go in. But let's start off with the lounge room. I really want to use these new chairs and stuff. I'm actually gonna have to research mid-century interior. And out of all the things Bloxburg could have added, mid-century is so random. This is a mid-century living room. So is this. Oh, they have that chair. We have that chair. It looks like they have a lot of wall decor. However, this is a bit more what I was thinking, like the wooden planks. But first of all, that means we're going to need some paintings to get that really cool wood paneling. Because no offense, but I don't think Bloxburg would be able to do it quite right. And of course, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty darn close. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a twisted wood and actually leave it the default grey. And then I'm going to layer this with planks. Okay, so we'll start with the rug. I'm hoping to use some of the new textures Bloxburg had to offer. For example, this new shape rug. I'm liking it. I forget that they've paired this update with the Valentine's update. I keep seeing like all this random heart stuff. I'm like, what's this got to do with mid-century? In the middle, we're going to do two chairs like this. And then where is that armchair? I've been dying to use this.
Was you asking for it? You're dying for it.
That is so cool. So I'll shuffle things about a little bit, make it look a little nicer. And I think I want an entertainment center here. So we're gonna have to shuffle these doors about. And then as we remember, they had lots and lots of bookshelves. So we're gonna be using these new books: geography, music, economic, biology. I need that biology book, guys. I'm so bad at biology. And oh, we have a new clock. The TV I wanna use is this one. Now, this probably wouldn't be in a mid-century house because in the 80s, they didn't have flat screen plasmas, but we do in the 2020s. Doesn't it sound so weird when we're in the 2020s right now? Anyway, it's really, really annoying me that this is off center. So I might actually move the door for this. I'm then going to connect the laundry room to the front yard.
For what reason? What have I done, y'all? Like, seriously?
That way we can stop this annoying wallpaper as well. And really, we've just killed about 5 birds with one stone. We also have mid-century lamps. And I've got to just say, this is the most granny style lamp ever. Everyone's grandma has this lamp in their house. I also just found this, and I just feel like we need to give a shout out to this. I think in tomorrow's video, I might do something to do with hearts and Valentine's Day because I've got to use that. And I do like the color of these sofas, but I might ever so slightly shift them. And yes, look, they have that exact coffee table, guys. Do you remember it from earlier? Since it is Valentine's Day, I will at least acknowledge that a little bit. And then I just chucked a few more bits and bobs that are mid-century around the room. And we'll really finish this room off adding a large painting. Now, the sad thing about Bloxburg is you cannot resize the modern paintings. But the next best thing was getting a square painting and outlining it. So that's what I did. Now it's time for the kitchen dining room. If we switched out living room for kitchen, let's look at mid-century kitchens. Is this person living in a cave? What? Why is it so small though? Oh baby, this is the kind I want, even though it's not loading, but I get that. As the base of this room, I just went for a nice white color. Lots of times when I was searching up mid-century, it would say mid-century modern. I think these styles go hand in hand, so that's why I'm using the modern counters. Now you guys know how against the basic stove I am, but it is kind of giving mid-century, so I'm going to use it. I've also been obsessed with the custom tiles Bloxburg has lately. And then really, we're just going to be decorating it kind of like an 80s house. Now, funnily enough, I actually really know the inside of 80s houses because I used to be obsessed with TV shows based in that time era. And if you want to know more about the 80s, guys, just ask your parents because it's most likely that they grew up in the 70s or 80s. Now it's time for the island, which is the part I've been really most excited for, actually. Now, I know what you guys are going to tell me, Reese's, it's an island, you have to use stools. Well, not necessarily. But I think that these actually go really well underneath the island, like these massive mid-century chairs. And honestly, the default color is stunning, but I just have a thing about default colors. Like, I actually can't use them. And it's weird, I've just noticed they didn't add mid-century beds or dressers or anything like that. But I feel like the hairpin dresser suits this style house very well. When it comes down to mirrors as well, I think that this oval one edged out. Yeah, boy. Finally in here, we need to do the dining table. Now, the carpet in the dining room, I am going to use decals for. But first of all, we've got to actually place the table. And rather than using the mid-century chairs, I'm going to use just the contemporary chair. And that way, we can have a 10-seater table. And if you're wondering what I'm using to make this cool, like, square pattern on the roof, it's legit just structural thin beams. And I'm just placing them so randomly at this point. And oh my gosh, this looks sick. I don't want to spoil it before the tour, though.
A few moments later.
Wait, just before we do, I almost forgot the carpet. Almost forgot it. If you don't know, to make a custom carpet, you basically grab the smallest basic cube Bloxburg has to offer. And I think 3 will be more than enough. You then just use the transform tool on the cube and flip them over. And I also forgot to decorate the table. Was I having like a memory lapse when I built this? I will admit, I've got a bit of a headache. Maybe I'm just going crazy, guys. And now let's go to the laundry room. So it's a very, very thin laundry room, but it doesn't need to be massive. As you all probably know by now, I always do my laundry rooms in the same kind of format. I'll add a fridge cabinet. And I highly recommend you do this. It's actually the best thing I've ever thought of. Then add the laundry machines and stack them on top of each other. As you can see, we've got some weird things going on the side. So we do have to end up adding a couple of basic shapes in. And oh, that is so mid-century. And that's what I love about Bloxburg. It's actually low-key educational. Like, if you wanted to be a house designer or like a real estate agent, Bloxburg's actually really, really helpful for that. And you don't always just have to go into household. You can also go into storage. And this way you can find some hung up clothes, which you can put on here. And that's about it. That's a perfect laundry room. Now, I'm a weirdo. I want to do the bathroom before the bedroom. I'm going to use the same floor that we used in that room, the layered twisted wood. You're my new favorite.
This right here is my favorite thing ever.
And I'm going to do a really cool building hack by somebody called Queen Moon Snow. And the whole idea is that this waterfall is kind of like the shower. So underneath, we're then going to add a carpet and resize this to be a square. And you can even take this further by adding like an actual shower in the middle. I would also kind of like to add a bath underneath. So we'll have one cabinet actually rather than 3. And then on each side, we'll have like the ones with a gap in. We can put toothbrushes, etc, etc, etc. And I have forgotten a toilet, the most important part of a bathroom. I might put these towels on the floor, and then we can have the toilet kind of built in. Ta-da! Bathroom completed. So the first thing I want in this room is an entire wall built out of books. And is it bad if I use these panels again? They're just too luscious to ignore. A bookcase wouldn't be a bookcase without the books. We've got to be a little bookworm over here. Term bookworm come from, because I've never seen a worm in my book before. That is so nice. Bed I'm going to use is once again the hairpin. I feel like that's maybe why they didn't add mid-century beds, because we basically already have them. And it's actually really handy. We've got this Valentine's Day heart pillow, which I didn't see before, because that's kind of just a crazy texture we can add in here. At risk of overusing it, I am going to put this painting just one more time, guys, just once more.
Another one, thank you.
And at the end of the bed, rather than a bench, let's have a couple of those like sofas. Okay, that looks really bad. In the corner, we'll have a sofa. Pretend I didn't just make that ugly mistake. And with that, guys, my mid-century home is open for entry. Okay, Reese's Cups. This plot values at roll up, 220 grand. So I think that's amazing for a new bungalow build. As you can see from the outside, this place is just giving. It is such a defined style. Like, you look at this and you know it's intended to look like this, if that makes any sense at all. The garden is really just littered with the typical things like fountains, these new plants. I've got to say, I'm loving them. If we go down here, we have sort of our outdoor counter area. I don't know when you'd ever use this, but you've got to admit it does look nice. If we go through the front door, we have the lounge and also the entryway. I didn't really show me building this, but it's just like the typical things. But the lounge room is amazing. I've never really put my lounge rooms right at the front, but with these windows and the new sofas and stuff, this looks sick. Like, it doesn't even feel like Bloxburg. I feel like I'm in Brookhaven or Berry Avenue or something, or even Adopt Me. I definitely would recommend using these decals when building mid-century though. And of course, our little plushie down there, so cute. Through here, is so 80s. I think it's definitely this rug that's doing it, and of course that crazy painting again. But I'm in love with this room. I think the kitchen and dining might be my favorite, along with the lounge room. Of course, we've got like these 3 glass windows dotted along the side, and then we have the island bench just behind that dining table. And we're almost done with the tour. This is actually quite a small house, even though it took me a long time to build it because I'm slow. The bedroom, more of a simple room. I do like the idea of the bookshelf wall, but I don't think I executed it very well. But the bed's nice. The bed's nice at least. And the bathroom. Oh my lord. Look at her. It's amazing. I've never done the toilet like this, literally ever, I don't think. It's such a sick idea. And then here's the shower and the bath. And then finally, we have the laundry room where we can put our laundry into the washing machine and exit through our back door as well into the wilderness where hopefully we won't get lost. Hopefully you all had a fun time watching this video. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.